Chris Brown's past keeps coming back, and this new case might be the most serious one. Let me explain. So you all know this guy, Chris. And this story begins when he's just 19 years old. By that point, he's already a star, talented, successful, and well-known. Around this time, he's dating another global superstar, Rihanna. Then came that night in 2009. Chris and Rihanna were driving through town. According to reports, Rihanna saw something on his phone, allegedly a message from someone he'd previously been involved with. She got upset and accused him of cheating. While they were still in the car, the argument escalated. Rihanna reportedly lashed out first while he was driving, which caused Chris to snap. He reportedly struck her with one hand while trying to steer with the other. At some point, she allegedly spit at him, and he told her that once they got home, he was going to hurt her badly. Rihanna got scared and tried calling her assistant. But no one picked up. So she pretended to be on a call and said, "Make sure the police are at the house when I get there," hoping it would scare Chris. But it didn't. Instead, the situation got worse. According to the report, Chris pulled over and began choking her. Rihanna screamed for help, and someone nearby heard her and called the police. A few hours later, Chris was taken into custody.
Was arrested February 8th, just hours after he was accused of beating Rihanna.
This story immediately became national news. Both Chris and Rihanna were huge stars, and what happened shocked fans around the world. Soon after, photos of Rihanna's injuries leaked online, and they were upsetting. So Chris eventually went to court, accepted a plea deal, and was sentenced to 5 years of probation. He also released a public apology, hoping to repair his image.
I have told Rihanna countless times, and I'm telling you today, that I'm truly, truly sorry, and that I wasn't able to handle the situation both differently and better.
For a moment, it looked like he had learned from what happened. But that wasn't the end. Fast forward to 2013. Chris was 24 and still on probation from the Rihanna case. One night in a parking lot, he crosses paths with Frank Ocean. They reportedly get into a heated argument over a parking spot, and things quickly turned physical. Allegedly, Chris threw the first punch, and soon, both entourages were involved in a messy scuffle. Luckily for Chris, Frank Ocean didn't press charges. But it didn't stop there. Later that same year, Chris was in Washington, D.C. He was leaving a hotel when two women asked him for a picture. Chris agreed, but right as they were posing, a man tried to jump into the frame, possibly joking around. Chris didn't take it well. He reportedly struck the man. Police were called and Chris was arrested again. Here's his booking photo from that incident. And here he is in court. While awaiting sentencing, Chris checked into a rehab center for anger management. But not long after, things took a turn. During a family session with his mom, Chris doesn't want to be there, but his mother encouraged him to stay in treatment. Chris got angry, stormed out, picked up a rock, and allegedly damaged a window on her car. Naturally, the facility kicked him out. The court ordered him into a different program, warning him that if he leaves again, he'd go straight to jail. In 2014, Chris was at a new treatment center. During one group session, everyone was asked to say something they were good at. When it got to Chris, he allegedly said, "I'm good with weapons." Everyone in the room froze. That comment got him expelled again. This time, he was sent to jail for over 100 days. But the pattern continued. 2 years later, on New Year's Day, Chris was in Las Vegas. He had some guests over in his hotel suite, and one of them, without asking, took a photo of him. Chris got upset and he allegedly hit the woman. She filed a legal complaint, and Chris responded by posting about it online.
Obviously, somebody's looking to get a check or start some shit. I don't know this old-looking bitch. This bitch old, like dusty. She came to Vegas, she probably came to my room. It was too ugly to get in.
Eventually, they settled out of court. Also in 2016, he clashed with the manager he hired to help clean up his image. That manager later said Chris turned violent during a dispute. Again, it was handled quietly, and the matter was settled behind closed doors. But even with all that behind him, more accusations continued to surface. Over the years, several women have come forward with serious allegations. One of the most high-profile claims came in 2020 on Diddy's yacht, where he was accused of mistreating a dancer. In fact, since that 2009 Rihanna's case, it feels like Chris has never had a break from serious accusations. Legal issues, fights, and public controversies have followed him everywhere. Now let's talk about what's happened most recently. In 2023, Chris was in London on tour. One night, while at a club, he allegedly got into an argument with a music producer. Things escalated. Chris allegedly grabbed a bottle and struck the music producer, knocking him down. Local authorities issued a warrant, but by the time Chris had already left the country. Then in 2025, while back in England for another tour, police finally caught up with him. He was arrested at his hotel and is currently out on bail while the case plays out. But if he's convicted in the 2023 case, he could be facing a serious prison sentence. So let's watch and see how this one plays out. How do you think this will end for Chris? Let me know in the comments.